Hey Leeds fans, we're back with another exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Leeds United. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. That way, you'll never miss any breaking news, transfer updates, or behind-the-scenes stories from Elland Road. It seems like the football world is buzzing once again, and this time it's all eyes on Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian king of Liverpool, who has apparently decided to send a message that has left fans, pundits, and even rival clubs in a state of sheer disbelief. Reports are swirling that Salah, fresh off a series of dazzling performances that have once again reminded everyone why he's considered one of the most lethal forwards in Europe, decided to publicly praise Leeds United in a way that no one saw coming. The whispers started late last week, initially from obscure social media accounts claiming that Salah had hinted at a respect for Leeds' style of play and their resilience in the Premier League. At first, many brushed it off as typical fan-driven speculation, but then video snippets began to surface showing Salah smiling and talking with genuine admiration about Leeds' recent tactics, their team spirit, and even their young talents. The European football community is now split between those who believe this is just polite sportsmanship and those who suspect there might be a deeper, more strategic reason behind Salah's words. Some insiders hint at possible transfer market maneuvers, while others argue it's a psychological game aimed at unsettling defensive lines. The timing is curious, with Liverpool preparing for crucial fixtures in the coming weeks, which only fuels the conspiracy theories circulating online and in sports talk shows. In any case, Salah's words have ignited a firestorm of commentary, and everyone from Barcelona to Bayern Munich seems to be taking notes, as if trying to decipher a hidden message in the Egyptian superstar's statements, and the speculation shows no signs of slowing down. The intrigue deepens when we consider the context in which Salah made these remarks, during what was ostensibly a routine media day. Sources close to the player suggest that he was initially asked about his thoughts on upcoming fixtures, but somehow the conversation turned to Leeds, a team that, while respected, has rarely been center stage in conversations involving global superstars. Salah reportedly spoke about their dynamic attack, their commitment to pressing, and even made a point of noting how their squad works tirelessly as a unit, demonstrating cohesion and discipline that rivals some of Europe's top teams. Fans were quick to clip the moments, and within hours, YouTube channels, fan pages, and football forums were ablaze with discussions dissecting every word, inflection, and gesture. Analysts began drawing comparisons to historical moments where star players have publicly praised underdog teams, often preceding surprising results, and naturally, the speculation engine roared to life. Some commentators went as far as suggesting that Salah's comments might have been subtly directed at Liverpool's coaching staff, hinting at areas where the Reds could learn or even warning them of potential tactical pitfalls. The debate intensified when rival fans tried to interpret whether Salah's praise carried personal motives, possibly signaling admiration for Leeds' manager or scouting interest in their emerging talents. Across social media, hashtags related to Salah and Leeds began trending, and even memes emerged portraying Salah as a secret Leeds ambassador, though obviously with tongue-in-cheek humor. The European press picked up the story, translating the clips into multiple languages and creating a sensation that spanned Italy, Germany, France, and Spain. Football pundits weighed in, offering intricate tactical breakdowns that linked Salah's praise to Leeds' style, leaving viewers to question whether there was an underlying chess game being played here, beyond the apparent act of courtesy from a world-class athlete. While some fans remain skeptical, suggesting that Salah's praise is nothing more than generic respect, the persistent rumors refuse to die down, partly because of the meticulous timing and the unusual warmth in his comments. Observers have pointed out that Salah, known for his competitive edge and laser focus during matches, rarely makes statements of genuine admiration for teams outside of Liverpool's immediate competitive sphere. This has led to whispers that perhaps there's more than meets the eye. Could Salah be signaling a form of strategic encouragement, sending a psychological nudge to Leeds, or even playing mind games with Liverpool's rivals? Inside sources have hinted that players of Salah's caliber often use media appearances to subtly influence narratives, and that his comments may have multiple layers, intended not just for fans, but for coaches, analysts, and opposing players. Across football forums, supporters of both clubs have been dissecting every syllable, theorizing whether he's referencing tactical innovation, player potential, or simply lauding Leeds' commitment to attacking football. The narrative becomes even more fascinating when considering the long-standing rivalry between clubs in England and how praise can often ripple across leagues, influencing perceptions and matchday strategies. Some media outlets speculate that Salah's remarks could even affect future transfer talks, as young talents from Leeds might now feel extra motivation to prove themselves against a player of his caliber. Additionally, pundits have debated whether Salah's words might be an indirect critique of Liverpool's current tactical approach, subtly comparing Leeds' style to that of the Reds, thereby planting seeds for internal reflection within his own squad. Fans have pored over interviews, looking for nuances in tone, body language, and phrasing, turning a simple comment into a full-blown mystery, sparking endless debates and fan theories. Ultimately, what started as a seemingly benign compliment has morphed into a complex web of speculation, showing the power of words when wielded by a football icon of Salah's stature. The reaction among Leeds United supporters has been nothing short of euphoric, with social media posts flooding in, celebrating the recognition from a player of Salah's stature. The Leeds faithful have long been passionate and vocal, and now they have the added thrill of seeing a global superstar acknowledge their team's hard work and tactical prowess. It's reported that within hours of the initial comments, Leeds' own official social media channels shared snippets of Salah's remarks, accompanied by messages of thanks and excitement, which further amplified the buzz. Meanwhile, analysts on sports networks have debated whether Salah's praise might act as a morale booster for Leeds players ahead of crucial fixtures, speculating that hearing positive words from a top-tier forward could inspire a new level of confidence and performance intensity. Some fans have jokingly speculated about secret invitations for Salah to visit Elland Road, while others wonder whether this public admiration might signal future collaborations or even transfers, despite being highly unlikely. Football forums are overflowing with breakdowns of Salah's tone, his body language, and even hypothetical scenarios where his words could indirectly impact league standings. Commentators have drawn parallels to previous instances in football where star players' praise of rival teams preceded unexpected results, reinforcing the sense of suspense. The European football community watches closely, as these seemingly casual remarks now carry a weight far beyond a simple compliment. Rumors about Salah attending matches, engaging with Leeds players, or even offering tactical insights have begun circulating, creating a mix of anticipation and speculation that shows no sign of slowing down. Every clip, every soundbite, and every post is dissected in minute detail, with fans and media alike trying to read between the lines and uncover hidden meanings, turning a simple praise into a continental talking point. Football journalists have also started weighing in, suggesting that Salah's comments may have been more calculated than spontaneous. Considering his status not only as a player but as a global brand, every word he utters is often carefully considered for its potential impact on fans, the media, and rival clubs. Some insiders claim that agents and club officials are constantly monitoring such statements to gauge reactions and possible leverage points for future negotiations. Meanwhile, the rumor mill churns relentlessly, with fans theorizing about potential motives, ranging from pure admiration to strategic psychological games aimed at unsettling opponents or even influencing Liverpool's internal dynamics. Within fan communities, threads explode with speculation, with supporters dissecting not just the words, but the cadence, the pauses, and the emphasis in Salah's speech. Could it be that this was an intentional gesture to acknowledge an underdog team, while simultaneously sending a subtle warning to his own squad and competitors? Or perhaps it is an act of genuine sportsmanship, with no hidden agenda beyond appreciation for footballing excellence? The beauty of this unfolding story lies in its ambiguity, giving rise to endless interpretations. Some commentators have even linked this event to potential shifts in the Premier League hierarchy, suggesting that morale and recognition from top players can have ripple effects that influence match outcomes in unpredictable ways. The buzz is now so intense that every sports network across Europe is running segments on it, with analysts debating its implications for weeks to come. It is not just a compliment anymore. It has evolved into a spectacle of speculation, anticipation, and intrigue, captivating audiences far beyond the normal football fan base. Rival club supporters have jumped into the fray, some mocking the notion of Salah praising Leeds, while others grudgingly acknowledge that even elite players can recognize merit where it exists. Online forums and fan pages are ablaze with commentary, memes, and conjecture, reflecting a mix of amusement, disbelief, and analytical speculation. The situation has inadvertently shone a spotlight on Leeds' recent performances, bringing their squad into conversations usually reserved for the traditional top clubs. This has led to an uptick in media coverage for Leeds, as reporters scramble to contextualize Salah's praise within their recent tactical successes and individual player improvements. Some commentators argue that such recognition, especially from a player of Salah's caliber, could even influence young talents' career choices, providing inspiration and motivation to elevate their game. Moreover, the discourse has extended to European audiences, with media outlets translating clips, analyzing phrasing, and speculating on the potential ripple effects across leagues. There is even chatter about whether this moment could spark friendly rivalries or off-field collaborations, adding a layer of narrative intrigue to the usual competitive tension. Social media continues to amplify the buzz, as every statement, video clip, and article fuels new interpretations and theories. In essence, what began as a simple expression of respect has become a multifaceted story that combines admiration, speculation, and the ever-present human desire to find deeper meaning in the actions of celebrated figures. Football has never been just about the game. It is about narrative, psychology, and the subtle interplay of words and perception, perfectly exemplified in this unfolding Salah Leeds phenomenon. Fans of Salah have rallied to defend his intentions, arguing that the Egyptian forward has consistently shown respect for opponents and that his comments reflect his professionalism and appreciation for well-executed football. Supporters highlight previous instances where Salah has spoken positively about other teams without ulterior motives, suggesting that this is consistent behavior rather than an anomaly. Meanwhile, football analysts have begun exploring whether there is a tactical dimension to his praise, speculating that such comments might subtly highlight aspects of Leeds' game that other clubs should notice, including pressing strategies, positional rotations, and defensive transitions. This has created a layered narrative where admiration, strategy, and psychological nuance intersect, keeping the story alive across various platforms. European football circles are now rife with debate, with fans, pundits, and journalists weighing in with contrasting interpretations. Some see it as harmless commentary, others as a clever ploy, and a few even speculate about potential commercial and branding implications. The mystery deepens as every subsequent match day brings renewed attention to both Salah and Leeds, prompting continual re-examination of the original remarks. Football Twitter has erupted in threads dissecting his body language, inflection, and subtle expressions, turning what could have been a passing comment into an analytical spectacle. In this way, the story transcends mere praise, morphing into a case study of how elite players' words resonate far beyond the pitch. Even casual fans are caught up, contributing to the viral nature of the buzz. It is clear that Salah's statement has become a cultural and sporting event in itself, exemplifying how a single compliment can trigger a continental wave of speculation, discussion, and intrigue, reinforcing the unique power of football narratives in modern media. The discussion has even reached tactical analysts who specialize in dissecting Premier League strategies, with some suggesting that Salah's comments could have subtle implications for scouting and preparation. Analysts have begun producing detailed video breakdowns, highlighting Leeds' recent formations, movement patterns, and offensive schemes, framing Salah's praise as potentially insightful feedback for teams studying their upcoming opponents. Social media has amplified these insights, with fan-created graphics, annotated clips, and theory-laden posts flooding platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube. In essence, the story has evolved into a multi-layered conversation involving not just admiration but also speculation, psychological games, tactical observation, and media amplification. Some pundits even argue that this could affect transfer market perceptions, particularly regarding younger Leeds players, who may now find themselves in the spotlight of European scouts. Meanwhile, rival clubs are keenly monitoring reactions, trying to gauge whether there is an undercurrent of strategic insight hidden within Salah's seemingly simple remarks. The ongoing discussion illustrates how modern football commentary is a blend of sport, media, and sociology, with a single remark by a global superstar sparking widespread analysis across nations. The story has captured imaginations, creating a unique blend of hype, speculation, and suspense. Every post, video, and clip is now dissected for hidden meaning, reinforcing the phenomenon of football as a narrative-driven spectacle. The intrigue surrounding Salah and Leeds is far from over, leaving fans eagerly anticipating the next twist in this evolving saga, as even minor details could shift interpretations, keeping the buzz alive across Europe and beyond, demonstrating the subtle yet powerful impact of a world-class player's words on football culture and discourse. The ripple effect of Mohamed Salah's remarks has not slowed down, and now even European media giants are dedicating prime segments to analyzing what some are calling a psychological masterstroke, disguised as casual praise. Across channels, pundits replay the clips repeatedly, examining the subtleties in Salah's gestures, his eye contact, and the cadence of his voice, speculating on whether this public acknowledgement of Leeds could signal a deeper layer of strategic communication. Fans are creating compilations juxtaposing Salah's words with Leeds' recent matches, drawing links between the team's offensive strategies and defensive discipline, often suggesting that the praise is an implicit nod to tactics that even Liverpool might study or adopt. Social media threads are teeming with elaborate theories, ranging from playful conspiracies imagining Salah as a secret Leeds supporter to serious analyses proposing that his comments could influence matchday psychology. Clubs across Europe are taking note, with rival managers reportedly watching the clips for any tactical insights or motivational triggers. Football forums are now operating almost like think tanks, with users debating whether the Egyptian forward's gesture was a calculated move to indirectly validate underdog resilience, inspire mid-table teams, or subtly critique Liverpool's own methods. Analysts highlight that players of Salah's caliber often use public statements as tools, layering meaning, influencing perception, and occasionally shaping narratives that can affect both morale and preparation across leagues. What began as admiration has now transformed into an intricate tapestry of speculation, strategy, and spectacle, illustrating the immense impact of words in modern football culture. The conversation has also sparked internal discussions among Leeds players, who reportedly feel a mix of pride and heightened expectation following Salah's comments. Sources close to the club suggest that the squad has been buzzing with renewed energy, interpreting the praise not just as recognition, but as a challenge to elevate their performance on the pitch. Coaches are said to be leveraging this momentum, incorporating the psychological boost into training sessions and matchday preparations, emphasizing the potential influence of external validation from world-class talent. Meanwhile, the wider football community continues dissecting every nuance, considering the broader implications of a superstar publicly commending a club outside the traditional elite. Some speculate whether Salah's remarks could subtly encourage scouts to monitor Leeds players more closely, potentially influencing future transfer strategies and recruitment priorities. Across online platforms, fans and analysts are debating whether this moment will inspire a tactical shift or merely remain a symbolic gesture, highlighting the intricate relationship between public commentary, perception, and actual performance outcomes. European press outlets have translated and shared the clips extensively, magnifying the reach and prompting discussions from Italy to Germany and beyond. The buzz has created a feedback loop where admiration feeds speculation, speculation fuels debate, and debate heightens anticipation, showcasing the multidimensional nature of football discourse in the digital age. As the story develops, the interplay of praise, perception, and potential influence continues to captivate audiences, reinforcing the narrative power of words delivered by a player of Salah's caliber. Rival fans, of course, have not remained silent, and the reactions are a mixture of amusement, incredulity, and playful antagonism. Online, memes portraying Salah as a secret Leeds ambassador circulate alongside more serious threads dissecting potential underlying intentions. Pundits suggest that such reactions are typical in modern football, where a single comment can spiral into widespread debate, crossing borders and fan bases. Some interpret Salah's words as a subtle psychological tactic, designed to both complement Leeds and perhaps unsettle competitors by implying that even a world-class forward respects the opposition's strategies and cohesion. Others argue that it's simply an expression of genuine appreciation for hard work, teamwork, and tactical intelligence, emphasizing that top athletes often recognize merit beyond traditional hierarchies. The media frenzy has led to extensive coverage across social platforms, with every nuance, smile, and inflection magnified and analyzed. Football analysts have speculated that young Leeds players, hearing such praise, may feel an additional motivation to perform, knowing that someone of Salah's status has publicly acknowledged their efforts. The discussion now transcends simple admiration, encompassing psychology, strategy, and even potential influence on league dynamics. Fans debate whether such recognition could shift momentum in upcoming matches, spark confidence, or subtly influence the behavior of opposing defenders. In this way, Salah's remarks have morphed into a phenomenon where admiration, speculation, and tactical discussion converge, captivating a broad spectrum of football observers across Europe. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on Leeds United. And make sure to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Meanwhile, inside Liverpool, whispers suggest that Salah's comments may have stirred some reflection within the squad and coaching staff. Analysts speculate that his remarks could be interpreted as indirect feedback on Liverpool's current tactical approach, highlighting the qualities of another team that he seemingly admires. While nothing is confirmed, the notion that a superstar player could influence internal discussions with a seemingly innocuous compliment adds another layer to the narrative. Fans and pundits alike have speculated that this could affect not only match preparations, but also future strategic decisions, creating a web of speculation that spans multiple leagues and borders. Social media remains a hotbed of analysis, with threads exploring whether Salah's praise might inspire Liverpool players to recalibrate their efforts or seek to emulate aspects of Leeds' cohesion. Meanwhile, European clubs continue monitoring reactions, seeing potential implications in how recognition by elite players can sway psychology, motivation, and competitive edge. The situation exemplifies the multidimensional nature of modern football narratives, where words, perception, and performance intertwine, creating a spectacle that goes far beyond the confines of a pitch. Analysts highlight that this phenomenon demonstrates the subtle power of influence wielded by global stars like Salah, whose every gesture, comment, or observation can trigger conversations, shape perceptions, and even impact strategies across multiple countries. Thus, what appears as praise is simultaneously a catalyst for widespread speculation, analysis, and intrigue, captivating audiences from casual fans to expert commentators. The unfolding saga has also inspired a wave of tactical deep dives, with analysts producing intricate breakdowns of Leeds' gameplay in light of Salah's comments. Every positional shift, pressing sequence, and attacking pattern has been examined to see what exactly may have inspired Salah's praise, with fans and pundits alike offering interpretations ranging from the plausible to the wildly imaginative. Video content across platforms is dissected frame by frame, highlighting interactions between Leeds midfielders, forwards, and defenders, while overlay graphics and commentary speculate on what a world-class player might perceive as exemplary. This intense scrutiny has magnified attention on Leeds' squad, giving players newfound visibility and potentially influencing their confidence and market value. Meanwhile, European media continues translating and amplifying clips, ensuring that Salah's words reach audiences far beyond England. The speculation surrounding potential underlying motives, psychological influence, scouting, or tactical inspiration adds layers to a simple compliment, transforming it into a complex story that crosses the boundaries of sports, media, and social engagement. Fans participate actively, creating memes, threads, and analyses that perpetuate the discussion. In effect, the football world has transformed a few minutes of praise into a narrative spanning tactical insight, fan engagement, and interleague speculation. This phenomenon illustrates the sheer power of words from a player like Salah, whose recognition can ripple across nations, influencing discussions, morale, and perceptions in ways that few other athletes can achieve. Across social media, discussions now merge admiration with speculation, creating a near-continuous cycle of engagement. Hashtags trend, memes multiply, and debate threads flourish, ensuring that Salah's words remain relevant and dissected days, weeks, and potentially months later. Fans across continents weigh in with interpretations, from humorous conspiracies to detailed tactical analyses, reflecting the diverse ways a single comment can resonate within the footballing community. Some speculate that the Egyptian forward's praise could subtly influence upcoming match strategies, while others see it as a morale boost or even a psychological nudge for both Leeds and Liverpool. Journalists have capitalized on this, producing in-depth articles exploring the ripple effects of public admiration, from fan psychology to team morale. Even casual observers are drawn in, captivated by the narrative that has emerged from a few lines of dialogue. Analysts continue to highlight that players of Salah's caliber often employ subtle communication to influence perception, motivation, and competitive dynamics, intentionally or otherwise. As such, this ongoing saga exemplifies how modern football extends far beyond the pitch, intertwining performance, psychology, media, and public perception into a continuous, multi-layered spectacle that keeps fans and analysts perpetually engaged and ensuring that Salah's comments remain a focal point of discussion throughout the footballing world. For Leeds, the effect has been tangible, with players reportedly expressing pride, excitement, and renewed motivation following Salah's public recognition. Coaches are said to be integrating the psychological boost into training sessions, using it to foster focus, cohesion, and performance intensity. Media outlets have amplified these reactions, further increasing visibility and encouraging a sense of validation among the squad. Across social media, fan discussions emphasize how recognition from a player of Salah's stature can inspire young talents, motivate seasoned players, and elevate collective performance. Meanwhile, rival fans continue their mix of humor, critique, and analysis, reinforcing the pervasive attention the story has garnered. European coverage ensures that the discussion spans multiple countries, languages, and platforms, creating a transnational narrative that blends admiration, speculation, and tactical observation. Analysts have highlighted that such moments can ripple through leagues, influencing not only perception but also preparation, scouting, and fan engagement. Football forums are filled with meticulous breakdowns of potential motives, interpretations of tone, and speculation on long-term impact, illustrating the depth and complexity generated by seemingly simple statements. In this way, Salah's praise has evolved into a multidimensional phenomenon, demonstrating how words from elite athletes can resonate far beyond the intended audience, shaping narratives, influencing perception, and perpetuating debate across the global football community. The story continues to unfold as European media and fan communities speculate endlessly, suggesting that even the smallest gestures from star players carry disproportionate weight in shaping narratives. Analysts examine potential strategic implications, fans speculate about hidden motives, and pundits debate the broader psychological and tactical effects of Salah's praise. The situation exemplifies the convergence of admiration, strategy, and media amplification in modern football, creating a spectacle that engages audiences across leagues, borders, and platforms. As long as Salah remains a central figure in European football, every word, smile, and gesture will be scrutinized, interpreted, and analyzed, ensuring that this narrative remains alive and evolving. The fusion of genuine respect, tactical observation, and media attention transforms a few words into a complex, multi-layered event that captivates both casual observers and experts. Ultimately, the saga of Salah's praise for Leeds is a case study in how football narratives transcend the pitch, demonstrating the extraordinary influence of global superstars on perception, discourse, and speculation in the contemporary game. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep getting exclusive news about Leeds United, be sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to reading your comments and opinions. See you in the next video, Leeds fans.